Hey guys, Dragon here, and welcome to the video. In today's video, Jackson and I are on all the artifact caves, beat all 4 bosses, and finally finished the Cursed Island. Before we get into the video, I do want to quickly mention that Jackson and I ran all the caves back to back, and we got more and more tired after each run. Also, if you end up liking the video, then hit the like button and subscribe. Now, let's get on to the video. The first cave we ran was the artifact of the Clever Cave, which is located here. We were able to power through the cave and got to the artifact really quickly. The only problem we ran into was that Strikor, my title I tamed in the base building video, could not fit into the cave. But thankfully I was able to soul ball him out inside of the cave. The second cave we ran was the artifact of the Hunter, which is located here. We ended up going in circles for about a few minutes. Which way did we go? Oh, yeah. Wait a second.
You've been here. You just put us in a circle.
Wait. But we were able to finally find the artifact and make it out without running into any major problems. Before we did the third cave, Jax had to go AFK for a few minutes, so I decided to fly her back to the base and fix up all of our gear. But apparently, we were not alone on this arc. At least in my opinion.
So what do you want me to do? Would you rather me take your berry?
No. I'm taking my berry.
Okay. But you see what I'm saying? One Batsy, one berry?
Yeah. Oh no, what did I do? What? I think we're being abducted by aliens.
What happened?
I don't know.
Where are you?
Out front. You don't see this?
I don't even see your name tag. Oh, I see your name tag now.
Look. We're being abducted by aliens. What?
What am I supposed to be looking at?
You don't see it?
Oh, yeah. No.
You
I
don't see
have
that?
No, that straight up looks like an alien. What is that?
I don't know. Please, if you know what spacecraft was descending down onto our base, please let me know. For those who don't already know, we called this server the Cursed Map, because at the time of recording, Ark was getting numerous updates. Due to the server rollbacks and the mods not keeping up with so many updates, we kept losing progress, tames, and even whole bases. So after about 3 complete restarts, this supposedly easy playthrough turned into a massive nightmare. This is also why we decided to do all the caves and bosses all in one day. Please remember all this information for when we get to the last cave. The third cave we did was the artifact of the Death Cave. No. The artifact of the Massive. The cave is located here. It was chaos. The entire cave recording is about an hour long. And when we first arrived at the entrance, we landed our birds down, and we then had to move them due to a titanosaur stomping around, and we did not want to lose our birds to it. Then Jack spotted a unicorn.
It's a unicorn!
Really? So, of course, I stopped what I was doing, and we spent about 8 minutes trying to figure out where the unicorn even went. We then gave up looking for it and started walking the cave. The first few minutes went smoothly. That is until Strikor and I fell into the lava. Luckily, I had a quick reaction and soul balled him up before I died. But it only got worse. When I tried to get my things from lava, I decided to test out the RTS mode for the first time.
No!
How do I exit?
I can't find him!
I don't know how to exit. Wait. How do I exit this mode? We both were not able to get our stuff via the Omni tool, and at the time, we did not know the soul gun could grab our stuff. And we did not want to stop doing the caves and lose even more progress. So both Jax and I agreed we could use spectator mode this once to quickly grab Strikor and our things, but mainly Strikor, so we didn't end up rage quitting this evil map. Jax also ended up dying again trying to find her stuff. Oh, and right after I hopped back on Strikor and left spectator mode, I died. I was lucky enough to soul ball Striker before he died in Belava. From there, Jax and I took a minute to sort out all of our gear and heal up before we continued. At last, we had finally found the artifact, and then we bolted out there as fast as we could, and before long, we could see daylight again. Except for the fact that it was foggy. So, nevertheless, that cave is still the one I absolutely hate doing. Anyway, after that whole lava death experience, we moved on to do the cave I actually love doing. The Artifact of the Devourer, or as many players call it, the Carno Island Cave, which is located at the back of the island at the chords 14.5, 85.7. I placed down 2 beds just in case something did go wrong, and Jax and I remembered what the hardest part of this cave is in our opinions, which is the opening water bit where you have to swim down and then swim up to right. After some confusion, we both had entered the cave, and luckily, it didn't take us long getting down to the artifact, and before we knew it, we were standing outside the cave with 2 artifacts of a devourer. We decided to go take a quick break so we could go eat, and then we headed to the next artifact, which is in the swamp at the chord 68.4, 56.1, and is the artifact of the pack. Jax and I decided to use both of our berries for this cave, since the artifact is underwater, and we both knew there were going to be some nasty creatures lurking inside. Surprisingly, for the majority of the first bit, Jax and I were on foot, since we hadn't seen any creatures. But we did end up throwing our berries out to take out some creatures, and then we continued our descent. We then found the entrance to the water labyrinth section, and mentally prepared ourselves to get lost in the water, which we did. Thankfully, we did find out where the artifact was hidden, and I then excellently explained to Jax where the artifact was.
Alright, hold on.
So,
I'm
there is a room where that will look like that's where it is, but if you go a room next, there's another way it can go. Here, I'll swim back. See? Perfect explanation. We then made our way out of the cave. So I guess we'll hit Immune next, which is the swamp cave. The insect cave.
Okay, what am I doing?
As you have just heard, the island's insect cave, aka the artifact of the Immune cave, was up next. Also, to this day, we still do not know what Jax was doing. We flew over to 62.7, 37.1 for the cave. And for this cave, since it is the insect cave, we decided to use megatheriums. But we had forgotten one small detail of the cave. We needed gas masks. So we had to rush home to create multiple gas masks, and then we proceeded into the cave. Everything was going smoothly, until we got to a part where Jax and I had to soul ball and then unsoul ball our megatheriums back out. Sounds easy enough. Except for the fact on how there were some bugs waiting for us to hop off, and Jax sadly got killed. She flew back to base and made up some more masks while I tried to complete the cave solo. But my gas mask ended up breaking, so I ran all the way back to where Jax had died. Jax was then able to throw a gas mask out, and I was quick enough to equip it seconds before dying. After getting lost and trying to find the artifact room via the orbital camera, we were finally able to find the artifact. We then left the cave with a little buddy with me. The next cave is the first snow cave, located at 29.5, 32.1, which holds the artifact of the strong, which you need very strong dinos to take on this cave. Isn't that a little fitting? But really, this is a cave where if you don't have cryopods or soul balls to throw dinos out inside, you would have to go on foot, and there are Perlovias, wolves, polar bears, and yetis. This was the first cave we lost creatures and died countless times ourselves. Here is our beautiful death montage of this cave. Perlovias everywhere.
We had in the
Beep. Oh, I almost lived. Dead.
Another bed out here.
Nope.
Alright, hold on. Feeding Mojo right now. Oh my god.
So specifically, we lost Fisher my baryonyx and a few Rexes that we had to bring in to help us. But we did get the artifact in the end. We then moved on to the third to last cave. The artifact of the Skylord's cave is located at 19.1, 18.9, and is another cave I don't really like doing, mainly because we can't use mounts in it. So Drax and I just had to do it on foot. But it went smoothly, and we got the artifact and got out in under 20 minutes. We then moved on to the last two caves, which are both underwater. As Drax and I were getting more and more tired as we progressed through more caves, we were also getting closer and closer to our end goal. We swam down to grab the artifact of the brute at the coordinates 52.8, 10. Little did we know how easy this cave was going to be. We fought past some megalodons in Cinderia and got the artifact of the brute without dying once. We now only had to go get the artifact of the cunning, and boy, was Zark showing us mercy at all the other caves, because this cave was awful. The cores are 45.8, 90.2. Jax and I began our final descent for the last artifact, and I had thought, oh, since the first war cave was easy to get through, this one can't be that hard, right? Wrong. This cave was infested with megalodons, and the Bassi died almost immediately after we entered the cave, and Jax followed not long after. So I had to swim back due to Jax dying, and Reptar, Jax's baryonyx, already being at half health. Thankfully, we did have a backup Bassi just in case this had happened, so after a few minutes of force feeding the dinos, we swam back down. And again, we were met with many sharks and other nasty creatures, but this time, Jax's second scuba tank broke, and we had to retreat back to our raft. But Jax ended up dying again to save her Bassi from dying, so we had to swim back down and try to find her bag again. Sadly, her original scuba tank was broken, so we came up with the brilliant idea to share an oxygen tank. We then continued into the cave, with only one oxygen tank that was close to breaking. And for anyone who hasn't done this cave before, at the bottom right hand corner of the screen, where that little pillar is the way to get down to the artifact. We had completely swum past it. We also swam straight into more sharks, and we had found the land section of the cave, so of course, we went exploring. And what did we find? Snails! Lots and lots of snails. Everywhere we turned, there must have been 2 to 4 snails. We also spent 20 minutes trying to figure out where the artifact was, when my curiosity finally piqued my interest in that pillar. So I swam down, and guess what I had found? A secret passageway. So I swam down. Everything was safe. Then bam! Sharks everywhere! I got pinned in a corner, and both me and Reptar perished in the gloomy depths. We were stuck. We didn't know what to do, since all of our sea creatures we could have used were all gone. I also totally did not try to use a Megtherium in the war cave. No way. I knew better than that. Don't worry. As soon as I jumped in the water on the Megtherium, I knew it was an awful idea. Nope. I seriously did try and take a Megtherium into the war cave. I started drowning, and right before I died, I dismounted and whistled the Megtherium to swim out of the cave. So, of course, I had to swim back down to save the Megtherium. You guys might be wondering where Jax is in all of this chaos. She is still stranded in the land bit of the cave. Jax and I came to the decision to borrow one of our trimates' donkeys, with us knowing that we would have to replace the donkey with 2 more if we get it killed. I also created more scuba tanks for our main mission, saving the artifact, saving Jax. And after reuniting with Jax, we went after the artifact. And after fighting a few more creatures, we finally got it. We then bolted out there as soon as possible. This will be the end of part 1. Jax and I realized that if we included the boss fights, it would be over an hour long. So if you guys like the video, then hit the like button and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone. Okay. We did it. Okay,
Where are you?
in the house. I'm trying to figure out where to put the last of the artifacts. Why?
Alright, hang on. I'm coming. I gotta do
Wait.
something. Hold on.
No, that one does not go there.
I gotta look you in the eye.
Give me 1 second. Which one goes here? Root goes here.
I think
Give
that's all of
give
them.
me 1 second.
That's not all of them.
Strong goes here. What do you mean that's not all of them?
Oh.
Don't say that. Please don't.
No. I was just trying to figure out what I was doing.
What?
I have to get a screenshot of your face.
What?
That was scary, right? Using
What?
somebody else's donkey.
That was terrifying, man.
You were stressed out, right?
Yes.
You know, when you went to go get him, I messaged. We had permission the whole time. Love you,
Are you
bye!
serious? Bye.